Good morning, students. Let us start today's topic, the economic depression. Economic depression began around 1929. There was a worldwide decline in economy. Factories were closed down. People suffered with massive unemployment. There was a decline in banking industry also. Firstly, it started in the stock market decline in US. It was really a time of poverty and despair. There was increasing poverty and homelessness in the world. Marxist economists argued that this crisis was happened because of capitalism. Capitalism means private ownership, and it can be prevented through socialism. Socialism means industries are under control of the government. Economist J.M. Keynes argued that state is responsible, that means government is responsible for the creation of employment. So it should create some funds for revival of economy. Franklin Roosevelt, who became the president of US, announced the New Deal policy. It promised 3 R's for the people. Those are relief, reform and recovery. Relief to the victims of depression, reform of financial institutions, and finally recovery by undertaking large public works. He also introduced retirement pensions for the people and unemployment insurance for the jobless, and also gave welfare benefits for handicapped people and the children in families without fathers. Economic depression in Germany. German economy faced severe crisis after the war. Why? Because it was one of the defeated powers in World War I, and it was under the burden of paying the war damages to the victorious powers. The government began to print currency notes on a large scale, and this resulted in excessive inflation. Children, what is inflation? Inflation means here it is a continuous rise in prices. And with the Great Depression, we have seen in the last class that many countries got affected because of this Great Depression. This Germany has a great effect of this depression. Many of the industrial workers lost their jobs. More than 6 million people were unemployed. And also we can see people hanging the placards willing to do any work, so that we can understand how much this unemployment is worstly hit Germany. The economic crisis created deep anxieties and fears in people. Especially the most affected were the middle class people and the small businessmen. And they were thrown out into pauperization. Pauperization means here it is a poverty. Many people, especially middle class people and the daily wage earners, they were pushed into poverty, pauperization. And here big businesses were also in a crisis, and large peasant population was affected by sharp fall in agricultural prices. Even it also affected a large number of peasants. Why? Because there was no prices for their produce. Even women were unable to fill their children's stomachs. And there was also a political instability, as government after government failed and could not provide a stable rule. Rise of fascism, Nazism. Children, in this condition of Germany, there were two ideologies came into the people, those were rise of fascism and Nazism. We have seen what is fascism in the last classes. Fascism was one ideology which developed in the period after the First World War, especially in the defeated countries. It is the idea of national unity in order to expand and win over other nations. This fascist ideology, they don't allow people to have different interests within the nation. They suppress the people, those who are against them. They should be loyal to only one and only one central power. These fascists, they were against both communism and liberalism. They don't like the ideas of communism which was followed in Russia, and they were against liberalism. They don't like giving freedom to the people also. And these fascists, they worship the state. That means they love their country, they worship their country, and they have a strong devotion to the leaders like Hitler, and also having extreme nationalism. They worship their state, that means government, they worship their leader, and they also have extreme nationalistic feelings and military conquest. They believe that they all unitedly with their military power, they can win other nations. Fascists used political violence, war and conquest as a means to achieve national revival. To revive their nation, that means to come out of their crisis, these fascist ideology, they use political violence. That means those who are against their government, they used to suppress them very violently, and they also go for wars, and they also attack other countries. So in order to achieve national revival for the development of their own country, they use political violence, war, and they go for conquest on other countries. It also assert that stronger nations have the right and indeed a duty to expand their territory by displacing weaker nations. These fascists, they believe that stronger nations have the right, they have the right and to expand their territories. They can win over weaker nations, they can expand their nation. That is the ideology of fascist. It stood for state-controlled capitalism and opposed socialism and communism. State-controlled capitalism. They give private ownerships. They give, but under the control of the government. And they were against the ideas of socialism and communism. It also stood for abolition of all private industries. They don't allow other private industries to run, but under their control they allow these industries to run. And you can see children, this ideology developed only in the defeated countries. Why? Because they were under the punishment of paying many of the war damages, and so this ideology was seen mostly in the defeated countries. It first began with the victory of Benito Mussolini in Italy in 1922. We can see children, this ideology with this fascism, this Benito Mussolini. Here Benito Mussolini was one of the famous leaders who succeeded with the ideology of fascism in Italy in the year 1922. There are also some other great powerful leaders like Hitler and his Nazi party came into power in Germany in 1933. So with this fascist ideology, Hitler was able to came into power in Germany in the year 1933, and also General Franco in Spain, and also Japan also was developing its own fascist ideology with the militarism and all. Hitler was a powerful speaker. His passion and his words moved many people. He promised to build a strong nation and restore the dignity of Germany. Nazis held massive rallies and public meetings to demonstrate the support for Hitler and create a sense of unity among the people. His red banners with swastika, the Nazi salute, and the rituals rounds of applause were a part of his speeches. He also targeted minority communities like Jews as the main cause of all problems. He attacked communism and capitalism as Jewish conspiracies. Hitler came to power and immediately took steps to establish an undemocratic and autocratic rule. As soon as Hitler came to power, in 1932, Hitler came to power and he started to establish an undemocratic. We have a democratic government, children, but Hitler established an undemocratic and autocratic rule. That means no opposition. Now those who opposed him, they will be punished very severely. He stopped the working of all democratic institutions like parliament. As soon as he came to power, he stopped the working of democratic institutions like parliament. Also, it included arbitrary arrest of political opponents. Those who oppose him, those opposition parties, those who ask him those politically or any questions, they used to be arrested, and especially the communists, and putting them in concentration camps. As you have seen in the previous pictures, concentration camps along with the Jews, all the political opponents also were kept in the concentration camps. On 3rd March 1933, the famous Enabling Act was passed. So children, here, as soon as he came to power on 3rd March 1933, he passed the famous Enabling Act. So this act established dictatorship in Germany. This will be asked under one mark question. What is about the Enabling Act? So according to this act, Hitler established dictatorship in Germany. It gave Hitler all powers to sideline parliament and rule by his order. All political parties and trade unions were banned except for the Nazi party and its affiliates. So except for his Nazi party, all the other political parties were banned, and all the trade unions also were banned. Why? Because no one should question him. The state established complete control over the economy, media, army and judiciary. So all these things, economy, media, army and judiciary, were under the control of the Hitler. Special surveillance and security forces were created to control and order society in ways that the Nazis wanted. So that they have created some special military forces. They have created some special military forces to control the whole society, like what Nazis wanted. These extra constitutional powers of these newly organized forces gave the Nazi state its reputation as the most dreadful criminal state. Because of all these extra forces like SS, SD, the Gestapo, stormtroopers, all these were the special security forces started by Nazis. Because of these forces and all, it got the reputation, Germany got the reputation as the most dreadful criminal state. And whenever they want, they have the power. This Gestapo, the special security force, has the power to torture the people, to detain the people and send them to the torture chambers and concentration camps. The police force acquired complete powers to rule. They also tortured many political activists, trade unionists, and people from minority communities, especially Jews. They did all this to build a state of horror and fear. Hitler assigned the responsibility of economic recovery to the economist Zalmar Schach. Here, children, economic recovery. Why they wanted economic recovery? Because Germany was a defeated country in World War I, and also it lost many of its territories, as well as it paid many war damages to the victorious powers. So Hitler wanted to restore their economy. So he gave this duty of economic recovery to the economist Zalmar Schach. Schach aimed at full production and full employment through state-funded work creation program. So Zalmar Schach aimed at full production. He suggested the country to start full employment for the people, to give full employment, and for a full production must be started in Germany through the state-funded work creation program. How we are having now the 100 days of work, Mahatma Gandhi Rural National Employment Guarantee Act, in all the villages people are going for 100 days of work like that. So Zalmar Schach also suggested to start a state-funded work creation program, and this project produced the famous German superhighways and people's car, the Volkswagen. There was improvement in the living standards of a section of Germans. Because of this work creation program, some section of the people's standards were improved, and for some people like Jews and all, for all the political opponents, it has created a subhuman condition, and this was followed by heavy investment in armament industry to create further employment. To create employment opportunity for the people, Hitler invested in armaments industry. But this plan could be sustained only by going on war with the neighbors. They have been investing in armament industry on a large scale. But what they do with all these arms, with what they have produced? They should go for war with the neighbors. For this, Hitler followed an aggressive foreign policy to recover the territories lost by Germany after the First World War. So what Hitler decided? He thought of taking back all the territories of Germany which they had lost in First World War. Then by 1939 he attacked Poland, and as we saw earlier, this started off the Second World War. By 1939 he attacked Poland, and this stood as the cause for World War II. Second World War started with the attack of Poland by Germany. As the war proceeded, Nazis decided to start its horrible program. They thought of Germans should be supreme among all the other nations. They started killing all the minority communities in Germany. Under the name of Second World War, Germany started a genocidal war. Children, here genocidal war means here it is a war, the mass murder of selected groups of innocent people took place. In Europe, whoever innocent minority communities, all were killed in this genocidal war. See children, 60 crores of Jews, 2 millions of Gypsies, 10 millions of Polish civilians, 70,000 Germans who were mentally and physically disabled. All these people were killed. This was named as genocidal war. In the name of Second World War, Germany started a genocidal war and killed many innocent lives in Germany and Europe also. Nazis devised a horrifying means of killing people. They killed thousands of people in gas chambers in various killing centers like Auschwitz.